Welcome to Managing and Leading in Business, Module 2, Lecture 2 lecture. In Module 1's lecture, we examined the leaders and leadership with a look into the characteristics of effective leaders. In this module's lecture, we will examine leadership at work, specifically formal and informal leaders' responsibility. We'll also take a look at the types of managers in the workplace and the core functions of managers. But before we begin, let's review the role of a leader, a manager, and a follower. A leader is someone who influences others towards the achievement of goals. Leadership is about setting the direction, inspiring and motivating people, and fostering an environment where individuals can contribute creatively towards organizational goals. Leaders are often seen as visionaries and change agents. They are not necessarily tied to a formal position of authority. Leadership can be exhibited by anyone in the organization who has the ability to influence and guide others. On the other hand, managers are typically members of the organization who have formal authority to use organizational resources and make decisions. While leaders focus on motivating and leading people, managers are more concerned with ensuring the day-to-day operations of the organization run smoothly. Their roles involve planning, organizing, leading, and controlling, but with a focus more on processes, systems, and structures. Managers are tasked with implementing the vision and strategies set by the leaders through effective management practices. Next, followers are essential to the leadership process, as leadership does not exist without followers. Followers are those within the organization who tend to take direction from leaders and managers to help achieve the organizational goals. Effective followers are not passive subordinates. They are actively engaged and contribute to the leadership process by offering support, feedback, and even constructive criticism. Good followers are also capable of self management and critical thinking, and they can work independently or collaboratively as needed. Understanding these roles help clarify the dynamics within workplaces and other organizations. Successful organizations typically have a clear distinction and balance between these roles, allowing for efficient operations and innovative growth driven by strong leadership and effective management. Leadership is crucial at all levels of an organization, but it manifests differently depending on whether one holds formal authority or influences informally. Formal leaders use both positional power and personal charisma to guide others, whereas informal leaders leverage personal qualities alone, proving leadership is about influence and not coercion. Formal leaders are officially recognized positions within the organization's hierarchy. Examples include CEOs, managers, and department heads. These leaders have designated authority granted by their position and are responsible for decision-making processes that affect their team or the organization as a whole. Effective organizational leadership often requires a balance and interaction between formal and informal leaders. Informal leaders can act as a catalyst for change, making the formal leader's job easier by ensuring the buy-in of other employees. The planning, organizing, leading, and controlling framework. The core functions of management, planning, organizing, leading, and controlling, are intertwined to ensure that managers can effectively guide their organizations toward their goals. This framework is crucial for understanding how different managerial functions integrate and support one another in dynamic business environments. Hint, hint. Be sure to include this on your project one assignment. See Project 1 rubric for more information. Effective planning involves setting clear objectives and devising strategies to achieve them, considering external and internal organizational environments. Organizing then involves structuring the organization to best achieve these plans, involving decisions about job roles, departmentalization, and resource allocation. Leading is more than just managing tasks. It involves inspiring and motivating employees to achieve organizational goals. Controlling ensures that the organization's activities align with the set standards and goals. It also involves continuous monitoring and adjustments. Let's apply what we've learned to a real-world scenario. During a major cybersecurity breach at a large corporation, the CEO must guide the organization through crisis. The CEO uses a democratic leadership style to involve the senior IT staff and security consultant in the decision-making process, fostering a collaborative environment to quickly resolve the issue and mitigate damage. How does the CEO use planning, organizing, leading, and controlling to carry this out? In this scenario of managing a major cybersecurity breach at a large corporation, the CEO employs the four fundamental management functions: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling to effectively guide the organization through the crisis. Here is how each function can be utilized. Number one, planning. The CEO begins by gathering accurate information about the extent of the breach and potential impacts. He works closely with the IT and cybersecurity expert. The immediate objective is to contain the breach and prevent further data loss. Long-term objectives include improving security measures to prevent future incidents. The CEO develops a comprehensive response plan that includes technical steps to secure the network, communication strategies to manage external stakeholders' perceptions, and legal preparations for potential ramifications. Two, the CEO begins to organize by assembling a crisis team. The CEO organizes a task force comprising of the senior IT staff, security consultants, legal advisors, and PR specialists. He then ensures that the task force has the necessary resources, such as to critical systems, authority to make decisions, and budgetary provisions to respond effectively. The CEO establishes clear lines of communication with the task force and with the broader organization to ensure fast and accurate dissemination of information. Number three, the CEO leads. By using a democratic leadership style, the CEO encourages all members of the task force to contribute ideas and solutions, fostering a sense of ownership and collaboration. Keeping the morale high despite the crisis, being transparent about the challenges while expressing confidence in the team's ability to overcome them is a priority for the CEO. The CEO actively guides the team through the crisis by providing support where needed and recognizing the hard work and dedication of the team members. The final step, controlling. The CEO regularly checks in on the progress of the containment and remediation efforts against the set objectives and timeline. Being prepared to adjust tactics and strategies as new information becomes available or as the situation evolves is a priority of the CEO. After managing the immediate threat, conducting a thorough review of how the crisis was handled, what worked well, what didn't, and implementing lessons learned into the future crisis response plan and everyday operation is ensured. In conclusion, throughout the crisis, the CEO uses the democratic leadership style and he encourages a collaborative approach to problem solving, but also ensuring that all voices and expertise are heard, thus improving the quality and effectiveness of crisis response. This integrated approach across planning, organizing, leading, and controlling helps the organization to not only navigate the crisis, but more effectively, but also emerge stronger and more resilient. Hint, hint. Use these steps that I described when you create your response to the customer in your projects. In conclusion, the roles and responsibilities of leaders and managers within the workplace are multifaceted and vital for organizational success. Through our exploration of formal and informal leadership, we've seen how leadership transcends hierarchical positions and relies heavily on personal influence and the ability to inspire and mobilize others towards common goals. This lecture has underscored the importance of the adaptability and strategic thinking within leadership and management. As future leaders and managers, understanding and integrating these roles can enhance your capabilities to navigate complex challenges, drive organizational change, and foster a productive, empowering workplace environment. Remember, effective management and leadership are not just about overseeing operations, but about envisioning a future and mobilizing resources and people to realize that vision. As you continue your studies and eventually move into your professional or strengthen your current roles, keep these principles in mind to guide you. Your actions and decisions aiming allows to lead with integrity, innovation, and insight.